Welcome, everybody, to the Utility Players Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Taguano, alongside my co-host, Francesco Peluso. We're going to get right into things and talk about the NBA Finals. So, Francesco, is this it for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
You know what? It goes right back to last night and what that reporter asked LeBron. Are you guys going to be able to defend home court? And I don't think they can. Like LeBron said, what's going to happen if they don't? They're going to lose. They're going to get swept.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I think Golden State's way too strong of a team, even on the road as well, right?
Well, it goes right to the first matchup. It's KD and LeBron. Everyone is watching that matchup. That's the marquee matchup. They're the two biggest names.
But even the options too are Golden State's just, they have way more options than Cleveland. Like KD can kick out to Steph or Clay, right?
But KD provides that extra option that they didn't have last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He provides that element of how the hell are we going to guard this guy? He's a 7-foot point guard. How the hell can you guard some guy that shoots that well, can drive not as good as LeBron, but LeBron-esque?
Because it seems like LeBron just, he dishes out, but like it seems like everything has to rely on LeBron James. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. He can only do so much, right? So
yeah, well, Kyrie's got to help him out. Kevin Love did have a good second game. Like his numbers probably are more first half heavy. He did have a really good first half.
Oh yeah.
Through the first half in that game, Cleveland to me looked very engaged. They were into it.
It was a 3-point game at half, 67-64
they
at
were
the
into
half,
it.
right? So
they were into it. LeBron, I think, at 18, 10, and 6. And he didn't take one outside shot, didn't settle for any jumpers. He drove to the basket. He did what he needed to do. He knew what was going to win him the game. They need to slow down the game. They have to limit the transition points. And they did that for the first half.
But Kevin Love, too, 27-7, you know what I mean? Putting up 27 points is not
most
even
of
that
his
bad.
numbers came in the first half, though. And he's got to get more rebounds. When your power forward is getting only 7 rebounds and he's pretty much playing center for half the game, that's not what you need out of the guy. You need at least 10.
Their bench has to step it up too. Kyle Korver, Darren Williams, not providing what Cleveland thought they would bring to the table, right? I know it's their first NBA Finals, but they have to be better coming off the bench as well.
But in the second and third round, they did. Against normal teams, normal pedestrian teams, they can do their job.
This is Golden State we're talking about, right?
This is a different team.
This is a whole different animal what we're talking about,
yeah,
right?
it's a different team.
Ugh.
Like even with the Steph shimmy in the last quarter, like it's becoming more of just a statement. Like I know it was more of a little double dribble action.
Yeah, I think so too.
Put two hands on the ball.
Still a nice play.
Beautiful play.
LeBron was pretty confused there. Where are you going, buddy?
Actually, KD put him in the spin cycle a couple of times.
Oh, that was good.
I like to see that.
But even one play, I think it was a 3-on-2 for Golden State. Okay.
Yeah.
It was Durant having the ball, Curry on one side, Thompson on the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 guys drew right to Curry and Thompson. Durant, thank you. I'll take it right up the middle for a dunk.
But that's what it is.
You know what I mean?
You can't.
I don't go one way, I go the other. There's so many options for Golden State, right?
you, Tyronn Lue is regretting that comment he made before the series where he said that the Boston Celtics without Isaiah Thomas were harder to plan against than the Warriors.
No, that's a joke.
That's
a fucking joke.
You can't plan against this team.
No.
Because if you plan to limit their transition points, they're going to slow down the game, and that's maybe your best bet, but they'll still give you a good run. If you try to limit the 3-point plays, they're just going to dump it inside to JaVale McGee or Kevin Durant. They got no one that can
They're so fast paced. Get the ball right away, go up, shoot, score. But even game 1 too. How many threes did they drain? Just so many quick transition plays. Cleveland more slow down. Use the shot clock, slow it down a little bit. Golden State can work at a fast paced game and still make their shots.
But
listen, unbelievable.
Even in the first half, they did slow the game down, and they did the best they could against Golden State. But they still put up 67 points.
Oh yeah.
They still put up 67 points in a half. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Like, you're playing half decent defense, but it's just not enough.
It's just the offense is too good.
No, it's you can't make a mistake against this team.
That's what it is.
The Warriors can afford to make some mistakes. That's why they're that great. They can afford to do it.
But look at Golden State's bench too. You know what I mean? they're outdoing Cleveland's bench. That's for sure. I get it. Durant and Curry, would they have 60 plus points combined? But
it only seemed that way because I think when Draymond and KD got into foul trouble early,
that's what it is.
They had to go to the bench, and then it kind of screwed up the whole.
But that's why. Is LeBron getting too tired? Is Tyronn Lue playing him too much?
But later in the game, that brings me to the next point. I saw him at one point in the third quarter. He looked gassed. Like I've never seen him look like that. Like I get it. He's 32. He's not old yet, but it's his 14th year in the league.
But it could be mentally too, because you know what? You're going against the Golden State team. They could, fuck with you mentally as well, right?
And that's probably most likely what it is. He doesn't know what he can do.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. You can't do anything more than what he's doing. He's got another triple-double. He's got 8 triple-doubles in the NBA Finals, which ties him with Magic for most all time. So what more can you ask of the guy? You can only ask more from his teammates. You can ask him to do what Kyrie did in the Celtics series. In the Celtics series, they were talking about Kyrie being the best number 2 guy in the league. And all of a sudden, boom! It's just like the argument where LeBron.
Those other past series were a fucking joke compared to Golden State.
But that's my point,
right?
You've got to treat it like you're playing those teams. You can't go into it already mentally defeated. Like the Raptors went in against Cleveland. Like the Celtics went in against Cleveland. They lost the series before it even started.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think is happening to Cleveland after these first 2 games. 22 points. It could have been even worse last night after they didn't play the starters for the rest of the fourth. It could have got worse.
I think LeBron was talking about how he's ignoring all the outside noise. He just wants to, compete for a championship and not listen to anyone. Well, he has to start, doing that, right? Because, mentally you can see he's not preparing well for these games. So I think he has to
if he's pinning it on his coach, he's pinning it on his coach saying we need a different game plan, like, let's be real here. You are the coach. You're the GM. You're the president. You're the owner. You're the lifeblood. You are the team. If you need something done, you gotta get your teammates behind you. You gotta get Kyrie's numbers up. He had 19 and 7. I get that, but those 19 points came on 23 shots, 8 for 23, 34%, 2 for 6 from 3. You can't live with that if you're going to play the Warriors.
Our producer in the studio here said Warriors would go 16-0 in the NBA playoffs. I might start to agree with him.
Sticking by that prediction.
I say he's right, and better luck next year, Cleveland, because you know what, they might win a game, maybe, but I think it's done. They're not coming back.
The only chance that Cleveland has is there's a couple of things that could happen. I'll give you one. Draymond Green goes off the rails and the refs feel like they need to make an example of him. They get him gone. You lose a one piece, maybe giving foul. Like, the refs could be a factor in this series. We'll just leave it at that. Also, they need all 3 guys on Cleveland to be hitting on all cylinders with the help of the guys from the bench. But I don't even think that's enough, and that's why I am going to agree. I'm going to say 16-0.
Yep.
And as I say that, where does that put them all time? If a team can do
up there.
They went 73 and 9 last season. They're going to go 16-0 in the playoffs this season. Does this kind of put them in 96 Bulls territory?
Well, look at the 96 Bulls. They went 72 and 10 that year. They won the championship. They went 15 and 3 in the playoffs. They did win 6 out of 8 championships.
Well, they had one less win that year because it was a 5-game first round,
right,
I believe.
Right, but Jordan went 6 for 6 in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
But to compare, what do you think, Francesco? These Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant or the 96 Bulls? Compare that one.
You know what? It's so hard because you can even put the Celtics with Bill Russell in there. You can put the Showtime Lakers in there. Like these teams, like the Celtics were unmatchable with their NBA Finals record. I believe they went, what was it, John? Pull up the Celtics stuff. I think it was 10 for 12 or something ridiculous like that.
Oh yeah.
Like something ridiculous. 1, 2, how many? How many is that? Lol.
12.
12.
12. But it's hard to compare in different eras, man. It's very hard to compare.
And that's
different
that
eras.
brings me to my point. You can't really compare these generational teams or players. That's why I hate the comparisons with Michael Jordan and LeBron.
No.
I hate
that.
doing those comparisons, which I hate doing these comparisons with these teams. The NBA was such a different league back then. The rules were so different. The teams were so differently built. The three-point shot wasn't as emphasized. A lot of factors bring me not to make a kind of like
just like another scenario too. For example, like, you know, in hockey, a Crosby versus Gretzky. Yeah, we can look at numbers. We can't compare them what Crosby would do back then, what Gretzky would do now, right? It's the same type of thing now with the NBA, right?
It's the argument of generational athletes and teams, and you can't really compare them. But to be even considered with those teams is an accomplishment in itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though that they are a super team. Whatever, the modern day super team, which was started by LeBron James, by the way, which is going to be his downfall this year. The super team will be his downfall because, hey, let's not get it twisted. The Warriors are a super team. I would even consider the Cleveland Cavaliers a super team, but they're just not that kind
when
of
you
super
win,
team.
when you set a record last year for 73-9, okay, most wins of NBA of all time, and then you go out and get one of the best players in the NBA, I think you have a super team.
That's pretty much it.
I think they're gonna sweep their way to the NBA or their way to that championship. So
If the refs don't get involved,
yeah,
then
there you go. So final predictions for this series: sweep,
sweep.
goodbye.
Johnny?
Oh, it's been a sweep.
It's been a sweep since
before.
game one of the first round, eh? Holy fuck.
Jesus.
My thing is, will they win a game by less than 10 points in the next two?
Cleveland might make it close at home.
I say game 3 will be closer
Game 3 will
than
be
game
close
4.
because Cleveland does not want to go down 3-0, and no team has ever come back from down 3-0 in a series.
And if they do go down 3-0, they won't come out for game 4.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I don't care what they say. They're going to be mentally defeated. There's no fucking chance. Like, absolutely no fucking chance. So game 3 is going to be the must win. Usually it's game 4, but hey.
Yeah. And then that will depend on the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Those Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, Jason Gurley. What the fuck are you doing in there? Jesus Christ. Like, 4 dingers in the same inning?
He was starting to turn around,
Oh, man. Gibbons, don't you learn after the second home run? Let him have another one. Okay, yeah, one more? Okay.
It wasn't.
No problem.
I listened to the post game
Unbelievable.
conference, and he said it wasn't in a leverage spot. He didn't want to use one of the more.
The guy's 40 years old, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob Barker, get out of there. All right? Fuck. Let someone else. Give somebody else a chance. Holy fuck, man. 4 home runs in one inning.
I know, but
Jesus
it's
Christ.
still look at the situation he was put in. Like we were already exhausted our relievers. I think the Toronto bullpen has pitched the most innings in the MLB. You got to give him a break, and I know Gurley's been struggling, but the last couple of games
8.15.
So I guess my next point was just fucked by that 8.15 ERA. But it's still like the guy's for. What do you expect? Like
No,
really,
for sure.
what do you expect? You want to send him down to AAA?
I know,
and-
but you want to get any type of wins you can get against the top team in your division, and you throw in Gurley there who lets in 4 home runs. Like, when are you going to learn? Like, you know, I don't think Gibbons is a great manager.
to be fair,
honest.
this
So-
was one of Gibbons' first iffy calls in a while.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Since the team's gotten kind of healthy again.
Yeah.
You know, like getting all their hitters back. Like even
I agree. They've been on a little roll now though with Donaldson, Tulowitzki, right? So
yeah, all of them are coming back. All of them are coming back 100%. Well, maybe not Tulowitzki, but Donaldson's looking 100%. He's hitting the ball very well. Smoke actually has been carrying the team while
Smoke
they're
has been fucking
Smoke and
killing it.
Bautista for that month of May were like Edwin and Bautista in their heyday. I don't even miss Edwin that much, to be honest with you.
He's not even doing that good in Cleveland though, man. Like,
No, well, he's doing as good as Kendricks, and I look at that as an asterisk. That's how I judge that signing. It's just a comparison between Encarnacion and Morales, but it's probably not the right way to do it.
yeah.
But that's the way I'm looking at it through the positive way, because I really didn't want to lose Edwin.
He's been doing good though, for sure.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully, Hap gets his first win tonight.
I think he will. I think he's due for a win. 0-3 right now with a 4.5 ERA, but he is coming off the injury. But I think he's going to bounce back tonight against Oakland.
Hopefully, because he's the one guy in our rotation that needs to get back in the swing of things. Like, Liriano is Liriano. He's going to have his rough patches. But Happ is one of those guys that last year was a cornerstone in our rotation. Him and Estrada were amazing surprises last year, and we needed that. We needed that consistency.
I
this
find
year.
Estrada's a hit or miss kind of pitcher, though. It's weird.
No, no.
I don't know, man. I don't like him really. I don't.
I love Estrada.
You know, because he's a little sketchy. Last outing wasn't the best for him.
Yeah, it was one outing.
I know, but I don't know. I don't like the way he pitches. That's my opinion.
He doesn't. He's not the flashy guy. He's not gonna put 100 on the radar gun.
No.
But he's gonna strike out guys.
No, but when batters get to him and they know how he pitches, see you later. I think. I don't know. I don't like him
honestly. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. Marco Estrada, to me, one of the best pitchers in the AL. His record might not say it, but the guy is unbelievable.
As a starter in the AL, you're talking about one of the best. Have you seen other pitchers in the AL?
Yeah, I have.
You heard of Dallas Keuchel?
I have heard of
that
Dallas
fucking
Keuchel.
beard. Yeah, Duck Dynasty.
Yes,
yeah,
Dallas
look at his fucking
Keuchel.
record.
Yes. But I'm just talking about.
Okay, good thing you said AL because Kershaw's in the NL.
And that's why I limited.
Don't start with me on that one.
That's why I limited it to the AL.
Okay,
he's one of the best pitchers.
Zach Greinke. Just saying.
Listen,
there's a lot of pitchers out there.
Zach Greinke's in the NL.
I know.
But anyways, here, like, I would put him Stroman and Sanchez to top echelon. And you know what? I even think that seeing what Biagini's done the last couple of games, I think Liriano should go to the bullpen. I think he should come out of the bullpen.
I think Biagini just needs more run support. Like, he's been doing pretty good.
He's just been getting a little unlucky.
Support, right? So.
Yeah, he's been getting a little unlucky. Like, he had his last outing, I think, was 7 strong, 1 earned run. And the guy's been a Rule 5 pick. A Rule 5 pick. No one wanted him. San Francisco didn't want him. So Blue Jays got lucky with that one. And you know what? That guy, he's a great character off the field as well.
He's hilarious.
I do think he can be a marketable player.
I remember, is it last year or whatever in the playoffs, or I don't know, 2 years ago, one of those times, he wanted to hug Arash Madani before he tried to interview him. Arash was not having any of it. Like, hug the fucking guy. You know what I mean? They just won the fucking.
That's before. That's before he was a little.
One
bit
of the
famous.
playoff games. Like, yeah,
that was before he was a little bit famous.
Yeah, and
Dallas Keuchel's numbers. I
Chris
take
Sale,
that back.
buddy.
Okay,
yeah, take that back.
I take it back. Maybe.
Come on.
Okay,
Come on.
We'll say the top 2 starter on the Blue Jays, maybe right now.
Actually, Estrada is third in strikeouts, but
he's third in strikeouts, and you wouldn't guess that.
No,
you wouldn't guess that. This is a guy that gave up the most home runs in the league when he's last year in the NL, and now he's just turned it around to be the pitcher that he is today. Stroman is 6-2 with a 3.25. Stroman surprised me. Stroman actually, at the beginning of the season, someone said he was going to win the Cy Young and be better than.
No, I don't think so.
You know,
I don't think
at the beginning of the year, yeah, you can say that, but he's 6-2 now with a 3.25. Like, he's not that far off. No. Yeah, Dallas Keuchel's having his year. That kind of screwed him. That's it for that one.
But they do have Jays have good overall pitching. They have a good balance of pitching, which is great.
But I just don't think they're going to be able to get out of their division. I don't think they're going to be able to get out of their division.
I think playoffs is not for them, not in the cards this year for them. So.
The Yankees are too strong. Boston, I think, is going to come off a little late. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get that wild card.
Yeah. Baltimore is 3.5 back of the Yankees.
Baltimore is not an issue. Baltimore's not an issue.
I think it's Yankees, Boston going to fight for that top spot. In the,
Baltimore is a team we're going to be fighting with for the wild card, maybe with a Cleveland or Minnesota and a Detroit, depending on how that goes, and maybe if Tampa can get into it.
Yeah,
but that's pretty much it. Like, the Angels are too far back.
Jays are 2 back of the wild card there. Who's in the wild? Oh, there's a tie.
But that's what I'm saying. We're gonna be chasing. We're gonna be chasing Baltimore, Cleveland, Boston.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be chasing those teams. So we need some favorable matchups. We need some teams to lose and do us a favor.
I think it's the start really hurt them at the beginning, and I don't think they're gonna sneak into a wild card spot. So that's my prediction for
You
the
know what?
Jesus here.
For me,
Write it off.
it's too early for me. It's too early. It's too early to call the playoffs for me, really, and say they're out of it.
Unless they go on a 10, 11 game winning streak like they did last year twice, you know?
Yeah.
Make a huge run, but hey, you need other teams to lose in front
we
of you
need
as
help.
well.
We need to stay
So-
healthy. We need to get all of our players back. Sanchez got to man up and
Yep.
fucking put something over that blister or whatever the fuck he's got to
Fucking
do.
Pussy. Holy fuck.
Whatever the fuck he's got to do, he's got to start pitching again.
Jesus. Get out there, man.
And like we just got to hope for the other teams to lose. We do. That's the reality of the situation. You got Boston is gonna turn it up, and I don't know if you can even see the playoffs, but it's too early. Like I said,
Yeah. We'll see. Time will tell.
even the Angels, I thought they were further back than they were, but they're 2 games behind as well. Pujols just hit his 600th, and it's not a big deal apparently. I don't know when 600 home runs did not become like a big deal.
Wasn't
like,
that a grand salami as well?
It was a grand. I don't know how many people have done that for milestone.
Oof.
Milestone.
That is a
home
good,
run like
really
that.
good accomplishment though, for sure.
It's probably a little tainted because half of his years were in those iffy years of baseball.
The fan that caught that grand slam ball gave it back to Pujols for free or whatever. Didn't expect nothing in return. So good karma for you, buddy.
He's probably
Good
gonna
job.
get a couple of tickets and some
for sure.
memorabilia.
I'll get the ladies for you. Good
But
deed.
But I don't know.
Oh fuck. NHL. Oh, Nashville is up 1-0.
Nashville's up 1-0 already.
1-0.
That gives
Wow.
away when we're recording this episode.
Yan Croak.
Yeah.
Yan
Croc,
fucking
eh?
Croc, eh?
You know what? I think this game is too early to call. I kind of want to go to soccer before this game. And let's fucking wait on this. I want to let this develop. And we'll just talk about a little bit of Champions League.
Ronaldo's a fucking horse. That guy is fucked.
Who you taking, Ronaldo or Messi?
I've always loved Messi. I'm sticking with Messi. But Ronaldo has impressed me. I never liked him, but just an amazing player. I think they're just two types of players, right? So it's hard to judge who's better. But
Did you watch the game?
I watched a bit of the game. Right when I turned it on, I saw Ronaldo fucking score the first goal of the game. I'm like, oh, okay.
You see Mandzukic's goal?
Oh, man, Zukic. Oh, buddy.
What a fucking goal.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad. You know
bad.
what?
You know,
And I feel bad for GG too. You know, I want him to win.
You think this is his last chance?
He still has it in him, man. But
Goalies can go.
they
Goalies
can go, man.
But if he won this year, I think it would have been his last year.
Because last year they were in the finals and lost to Barcelona. And now they come to the finals again back to back and lose to Real Madrid. And you know how many
That's what I'm
opportunities
saying.
are you gonna get?
Do you
right?
think they're gonna get there again? Even if he doesn't retire this year, do you think they're even gonna have the chance to get there?
if they have the same core, I don't see why not. Maybe they're gonna
Chelsea's
add
gonna be in
other players and
Chelsea's
stuff,
gonna be in next year.
Oh fuck.
The
It's
Premier
tough.
League's gonna get a lot
It's
stronger.
not an easy road, man. But you know what? Juventus has been all about that defending, and if they keep that, defensive core, I think they can, do some damage. But
You see the Cuadrado red card?
what happened there?
Oh my god. He like the yellow card he got before that was warranted, whatever. But the second yellow card on Ramos was the most fucking disgraceful thing I've
Why,
ever seen in
Ramos
my
died
life.
like a little bitch or what?
Cuadrado stepped on his foot as he was running by him to give the throw in.
And then what do you
And-
hold his face? Ah!
Oh, John's got the video right here. And as he was stepping on him, like right after he got down on the ground and
my God.
rolled around like as he was fucking shot in the fucking kneecap.
Look at that dirty tackle first, though, eh?
In the kneecap. If I was him, I could not look at my fucking son after that. How do you explain that to your son?
Oh! Did you see that dirty tackle before, though, by Ramos?
The tackle, whatever, he got the ball first. Yeah, he got a lot of his
What a
legs.
fucking baby. Look at that. Yeah, but come on.
But look, he just gave
Yeah,
him a little,
dirty or
little
not,
tap.
but like,
Oh
whatever. It's a
my
little love tap,
goodness.
just let you know you're there, and
Oh my, he shot my fucking Achilles fucking
my
tendon.
God.
Jesus Christ. That honestly is probably what turns
And
North
he got-
Americans off, but it's part of the game. It's a part of the game. I wish it wasn't, I wish it wasn't. It's funny. It's funny to watch.
Imagine this was like fucking extra time or something like.
And
a
that's
huge
what I
part of the
mean.
game,
What if that red card would have decided the game in more of a close.
He didn't even step on his foot.
And that's what I mean. He barely grazed them.
Oh my god.
He barely grazed them, and he fucking got shot. But Juventus, besides the point, wasn't winning that game either way.
No.
Even though I would love them to win that game, I would have loved to. You know what? Like Zidane, I love players going into the manager role, and Zidane's actually surprised me this year. It's his first year coaching Real Madrid.
Pretty sure. I think one of the owners for Real Madrid or whatever said Zidane can stay as long as he wants.
Well,
right,
he's got
after this
he
one,
he
so.
won 2 out of 3 trophies this year in his first year.
Oh yeah.
He won the league and he won the Champions League.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Listen, buddy, we like the headbutt. We're gonna hire you as manager.
That's it. If I actually
Show some
met him,
fucking passion, boy.
if I would have ever met him, I would have been like, "Hey, Mr. Zidane, you're one of the greatest players of all time, but thank you for the 06 World Cup."
Yeah, thank you. I just really know. What did you actually say?
No, it came out.
I know.
Materazzi said something about his sister or something along those lines.
Leave the
I don't
sisters
know.
out of this, eh? Come on.
But I don't know.
None of that.
That's enough of soccer talk. I think we've exhausted that one.
Oh man.
We're gonna get right into hockey because this game's still going
Sid
on.
the Kid 1-1. Sid the Kid 1-1.
Buddy, it's his first Stanley Cup goal since 2009.
Wow.
I doubt that, even though I just saw that on Twitter. That's fucking ridiculous.
I still think Nashville bounces back from the rough start in the 2 games. Well, Rene, but I think they take game 4 tonight. I think they take it.
At the beginning of the season, I thought Nashville was gonna win this series 4-3. I just think they're so strong at home. I couldn't see them losing a game at home. With that crowd, with that energy, sure, like it comes down to the team on the ice and what you can do on the ice, but the home ice advantage gives you a bigger advantage in hockey as opposed to other sports. Just
especially
because of that last
especially
game.
in Nashville. Holy shit! Do you see these crowds?
Who would have fucking
It's
thought?
fucking crazy.
Who would have thought that Nashville, Tennessee would have been a hotbed for hockey?
Like, look at all the country singers fucking, saying the anthem. for
That's
the
a
games.
publicity fucking stuff.
Oh yeah.
But still, it doesn't matter.
Well,
People
Carrie
are-
Underwood, started
it.
that, I guess, because of Mike Fisher, right?
Yeah, we just
You
got to show her
lucky
face.
bastard, right?
You just got to
So-
show her face, and she doesn't even have to sing.
Oh, buddy.
All the guys are in already. They're like, Carrie's at the
Nashville,
game already.
yeah, I'm going.
So
sure.
you're telling me there's a chance?
I honestly don't think Pittsburgh can bounce back tonight on the road. I think the crowd is too strong, and I think Nashville's going to come out,
If we
the
were
same
recording,
way, right?
if we were
So-
recording this before the game, I would have said maybe another dominant win by Nashville, a 3-0, 4-0.
Hey, but you know
game.
what? Pittsburgh got an early one last time, Getzel, the other day. And
And that's what I'm
look,
saying.
Nashville bounced back.
And
in a big
Nashville
way.
got the early one today. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Hey,
Let's see if the roles can change a little bit.
Yeah.
Because this series is being very hard to predict, even with those two first games
absolutely.
and then Nashville coming out and blowing them out in game
hey,
3.
at least Pekka is redeeming himself after that bad start.
He had the first 2 games were pretty bad, but Nashville outplayed them. In my opinion,
absolutely.
Nashville outplayed
Absolutely.
Pittsburgh. They just got a couple of.
But you know what?
breaks.
When you allow 5 goals on 12 shots or whatever it was,
Yeah, he had the
your goalie
worst-
has to make some saves at that time.
He
That-
had the
that
worst
cannot
save
happen.
percentage in the first 2 games in Stanley Cup playoff
yeah.
history. I think he was below 9. I think it was
yeah.
like 830 or something.
Yeah. But that Jake Getzel guy, though, oh my God, he's been
What's
on
he got,
fucking
13?
fire. Oh, yeah. He got 13 goals. Last person to do that, Stevie Yzerman, for first goals in 3 games in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Stevie Y, eh?
Stevie Y, yeah, in the Stanley Cup Finals. So let me
Stevie
repeat
Y.
that. It's the first 3 games of the finals. He had the 3 straight in there. Last person to do it in 4 was Mike Bossy, 82 Islanders.
Oof. It's
So
going back a
there.
while. It's going back a clip.
a little
It's
while.
going back a clip.
But, he's, we'll see how he turns out next year, though.
You know what?
So,
Before this year, I've never heard of the guy. It's not uncommon with the Pittsburgh guys. Like, I haven't heard of Connor Sheary before this fucking this year as well. You put guys with Crosby or Malkin,
look at what Chris
and they're
Kunitz
gonna
is doing.
Yeah,
the last
they're
fucking
gonna
10 years.
produce. They're gonna fucking produce either way. Like, you got some of the best players in the world playing with you.
Perfect example, Patrick Maroon.
Patty Maroon.
McDavid.
Patty Maroon.
When the
is
fuck
just
are you going to
loving
predict Maroon gets fucking 25 goals?
Draisaitl.
Who the fuck is that guy, first of all? All right.
Who the fuck is that guy?
You put fucking Connor McDavid in there. And you get the guy. What does Todd McClellan tell Maroon, though? Seriously, like, hey, buddy, you know.
Stand in front of the net, buddy.
Go there, put your stick on the ice, and just tap it in. You know, McDavid will just do the rest. All right, thanks, coach. Like, fuck.
But that's what it is in Pittsburgh. But that's what it is. It's just like, all right, next man up.
Yep.
Next man up. Who can skate with Crosby?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And now it's Gensel and Sheary and those guys reaping all the benefits.
Yeah. But you got to think now, if, let's say, Nashville steals one on the road, would Pittsburgh would be able to win on the road?
I don't think so.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they can win in that building.
I think Nashville has a better chance of winning on the road than Pittsburgh.
And
does.
that's why.
And that might be the difference of the series right there.
Exactly. So. And that's what I think is going to be the biggest factor. I'm not going to say the only factor, because it comes down to the goaltending as well.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Murray's never lost 2 games straight in the Stanley Cup Finals. He's 7-0. Or actually Stanley Cup playoffs. He's never lost 2 games in a row.
Yep.
7-0. It comes down to the goalie matchup. Can Rinne play like Pekka Rinne? Can he steal them a couple of games in Pittsburgh? Or just even at least one?
I think he can. After that 5-1 shellacking the other day, what were they talking about? Was Fleury going to go back in the net? No, you can't do that. That'll mentally fuck with your team as well.
But that's what I mean. You can't switcheroo your goalies like that. It was even a ballsy move to go to Matt Murray in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
With Fleury playing like he was.
Yeah, exactly. The way he was playing, come on.
He was playing really well.
Jair Subban brought Listerine before the game because Crosby complained about his breath.
It's fucking
I take Listerine, man. Come on.
That whole thing was
a
bullshit.
joke.
Of course they're not going to tell you what they fucking said on the ice. They're going to make up some PG bullshit. He probably said, "Hey, buddy, look at the fucking scoreboard. We're getting the next game too."
Fucking loser.
That's what he fucking said, guaranteed. It's something along those lines. And then he asked him, he's like, "Oh yeah, your breath stinks."
Your breath stinks.
That's what he can say.
Holy fuck!
It's almost as bad as Malkin at the end of Game 3.
Oh my god!
Oh, you flinched.
See that guy put on the Snapchat there? Holy shit! Malkin. Fuck.
But the Nashville fans just pelting towels and shit though, and he fucking cocks his stick back.
Good for them.
And wants to whack this motherfucker over the head.
That's awesome.
Only in hockey. In hockey.
That's awesome.
In basketball, you get like a fucking chirp, and you get like the LeBron, you're a bitch. And he'd look over you. Shut your ass, woman.
Shut your ass, woman. LeBron, you're a bitch. Shut your ass, woman.
Well, that's it. That's why hockey is. I love hockey. That's one of the main reasons. Yeah. It's such a fucking brutal game.
Oh,
it's in the last couple of years. It's toned down, yes, with non-fighting and the hitting getting down and all this bullshit, concussion, whatever. But hockey's still gonna be hockey. It's gonna be gritty. It's gonna be fucking emotional. It's gonna be a fucking barn burner of a series. And that's why I love it.
Hardest trophy to win, in my eyes, I think.
Said by Canadians.
Yep.
Americans would have to disagree with that one.
I like college football. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
take it easy. Holy fuck. Who wins the cup? That's the thing. Who fucking wins?
It comes down to this game that's going on right now. I think this game is the momentum swing for each team. If Nashville can even it up, that's going to be rough going back for Pittsburgh. It's going to be a nice roller coaster of emotions for them. Yes, they're going back to their own barn.
Yep.
But going down, losing to the game where Subban fucking calls the win, Mark Messier style. If they go down in Game 4, that's going to be a big fucking crushing blow. And if Nashville loses it as well, if going down 3-1, it's like playing Russian roulette. You're one bullet away, man.
What do they say? You don't lose a series unless you lose at home. Until you lose at home,
and that's
right?
it. And that's it. And that's why I think Nashville will win, solely on the fact that I think there'll be a stronger home team in this series.
I think my prediction is whoever wins this game is going to win the Stanley Cup, because if Pittsburgh wins, they just went into a barn where it's fucking crazy. You steal one on the road and you go back to your home barn where you have a chance to lift the Stanley Cup at home
and have a catfish dinner
and have a catfish. Who's throwing those fucking catfish? Right?
Some guy smuggled them into fucking his fucking boxers.
Holy shit!
I think the charges were dropped though, but it's still it takes fucking balls to fucking snuggle a catfish in your fucking crotch.
Jesus. And then fucking Nashville, if they tie the series up, they got momentum going back to Pittsburgh. So I think they can do some damage on the road as well there. So
it comes down to the second one, like I said. The goalie matchup. If Rene plays, I even think he's going to win Conn Smythe. He's going to be the difference.
yep.
If Pittsburgh wins, it's going to have to be relying on their stars like they always have. The Malkins, the Crosbys, the Kessels. Even if Bonino comes back for Game 5, I think that's a bigger loss than what people think.
Yeah, he can make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
for
solely
sure.
because he plays so well with Kessel.
Yep.
If Getzel keeps scoring, that's going to be hard for Nashville. Like, there's so many factors that put Pittsburgh in the driver's seat, but I just want to see some parity. You know what I mean? I know that's a little bit too much to ask for, but I really do think that Nashville will take it just solely because of their home crowd. And then that goal was fucking nice though.
Yeah, that boy said.
He got a little lucky
off the skate.
He got a little lucky off the post and skate, but
I'm gonna throw out some bold predictions here.
go ahead.
All right. I think if Nashville wins, I'm gonna give that Conn Smythe to Ryan Ellis. Okay.
Conn Smythe to Ryan Ellis.
Okay.
Eh?
And I think if they win, they're gonna win in 6 games. Okay.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, I think they're gonna win. If they win, it's in 7 games.
Yeah.
Mr. Getzel for the Conn Smythe.
Gensel for the Conn Smythe.
That
okay.
is my prediction.
I'll give you mine. Nashville, if they win Conn Smythe, I'm going to go with Rene, like I've been saying.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Rene, and we'll say in 7. I think they'll just take the one game in Pittsburgh's barn. And then if Pittsburgh wins, I'll go with Geno Malkin,
Ooh, Gino.
the spear chucker himself.
Oh, buddy. Good fake. Good fake.
In 7 as well. I think this series is going 7. It just matters on who's going to drop that game.
Exactly.
But only time will tell. And I think that's where we're going to end it for today for the first podcast. I'm Francesco Peluso here with Michael DeGuano saying good night, everyone. See you later.